Fam, first Friday on a Friday night, and I'm going to get right into my topic on tonight. My topic is loving them while they're still here. I've had a few friends who have dealt with their parents actually passing away, and some of their either brothers or sisters, and then even with some people, their actual kids. And it's definitely a tough thing when you lose a loved one and you thought that you were going to be able to see them and be with them for a long time, or at least spend and have more great memories with them that you already have had. And so when people lose loved ones, it definitely hurts them, but then also too, it hurts them knowing the fact that maybe sometimes there was some unresolved issues where they didn't actually forgive each other about some arguments or some disagreements that they had, or even too, there may be some things that they actually want to do with each other that they weren't able to actually do. So whenever somebody loses a family member, a brother, sister, mother, father, grandparents, it's always a tough deal. And so this is why I say it's good to actually love them while they're actually still there. So it's important that you spend time with these people, and even if you can't spend time physically with them, talking to them on the phone, video chatting with them, is always a good thing to actually do, just because you never know when their last day may be, or even yours. Now, obviously, with your family, some of us come from big families, so you're not able to spend enough time with everybody in your actual family that you would actually want to. But some people that you should definitely try to make some time for, first and foremost, would be your grandparents. For myself, none of my grandparents are actually living at this time anymore. But for those of you who still have your grandparents there, and you can still hug them, you can still talk to them, you can still go up and actually speak to them and spend time with them, make sure that you actually do so. Oftentimes when I used to visit convalescent homes to go serve people, a lot of people there that were in those homes, they basically, families had abandoned them and didn't ever make time for them and didn't really actually come to actually see them. So even whenever I would go, there would be a lot of people in there who just wanted somebody to just sit down and talk to them. They wanted somebody to play games with them. They wanted somebody to listen to the radio with them, watch TV with them. They just wanted to feel the presence of another person that would be kind of like family, I guess, to them. Now, oftentimes they do maybe have roommates, but at the same time, maybe they don't get along with their roommates, or maybe their roommate doesn't really move a whole lot, so you got a person there, but they really can't actually do anything. And then, the some of the best people that they probably are able to talk to and have a relationship with are the nurses and the other people that work there at the convalescent homes. So if you have a loved one that's in there, an elderly person in your family, make sure that you visit them when you can, or you call them when you can and actually speak to them. They definitely will love to actually hear from you. But then also too, it's important too that you make sure that you spend as much time with your parents as you can. A lot of us, even those who do get along with their actual parents, we don't speak to them as much as we should, or we don't give them as many calls as we should. But you should make some time to actually give them a call. You should make some time to actually go to see them and actually check them out and see how they're actually doing. That was one of the things I recently did, as far as going and visiting my mom. Well, I guess technically not visiting her, but bringing her back to my place so she can spend some time with me and the kids and the family. So this is always a good thing to actually do. So when you do have the time, knowing that you have a busy life, make some time for your grandparents and your actual parents, and make sure that you actually check up on them as much as you can. Another important family member would be your brothers, sisters, in your family, those your siblings who you were raised with and that you actually know, and then even maybe some that you weren't raised with. This is important for you to try to spend time with them, because you guys never know when you guys may actually leave and may not be here anymore. At a blink of an eye, any of us can be gone today or tomorrow. So with your brothers and sisters, although you guys may disagree with each other, although you guys may not like each other as much, although you guys may have a beef with each other, you should always leave room to forgive each other and actually spend time with each other when you can, talk to each other while you can, and just make sure that you guys are actually there for each other when you can be. Oftentimes, if you talk to probably your parents or even your grandparents, even though you guys may beef with each other, your brothers, your sisters, they would actually like to see you guys actually get along, and they would actually like to see you guys actually work together. So it's important that you actually do those things for them, so that they can know that, hey, my kids, even if I'm not here, my kids are still going to be down for each other. My kids are still going to help each other out. So they will know in their hearts that once they're off the scene, that their kids are going to be there for each other, as they most likely would have been there for you whenever you maybe came on a hard time. So it's important that we learn to be there for each other, because when your parents are gone and off the map, and when they're not here anymore, that's going to be your next to kin, and that's going to be the people that you can, you should be able to run to in a time of need and a time of help. Last but not least, it's always good to find and make time for your actual kids, and then your cousins when you can. With your kids, it's definitely good to actually spend some time with them. Oftentimes, the memories that you make with your kids, these will be things that will last with them. This will be in their heart. This will be in their minds. I can go back in my memory about a lot of things that I was able to do as a kid with my brothers and sisters, and things that my parents actually had us to do, or things my parents made us actually do. So that's what I mean as far as them having those type of memories. So whatever magical memories or just memories that you can possibly do with your kids, make sure that you do so. One of the things that my daughter usually bugs me about is story time. So when she wants to spend time with me and she wants to just be in my presence, she'll come up to me with a book and she'll say, story time, story time. And so I have to sit down with her and actually read a book. Even if we have read this book before, she still enjoys it and makes it seem as if we've never read the book before, and she just enjoys it and just enjoy the time of sitting down and actually being in my presence. So it's important that even if you aren't able to spend as much time with your kids as you want to, because maybe you work 24/7, 7 days a week, or it's just because you're busy with a lot of things, you're trying to make things right for them, make sure that you do actually make some time for them when you got vacation time, or you're off from your job, or when you have some downtime. You know, just maybe even sitting down with them and watching a show with them. That could be something that they would actually enjoy, because you don't know how long you will actually have with them, and the same for them. So it's important that you enjoy that time with them. Now, in terms of your cousins, if you're like me, I have several cousins. Too many to name, too many to actually even think of, too many sometimes to catch up with and to be at every single occasion or every single party or function or whatever it is they may have going on. People definitely always have something going on. But that's a good thing I would say about social media, is it helps you to keep track and keep up with your cousins. And then even if you're not seeing a whole lot of their stuff on your feeds or things like that, you can always go to their page or go to whatever profile that they have, and you can actually look up stuff and see what's actually going on with your actual cousins, so that you can actually keep up with them a little bit. And so therefore, when you see them, you're not so lost to what's been going on in their life. Or if something is happening to them, you'll have access to know, like, hey, this is going on with my cousin, and where you can actually help them out with the situation that they may be facing, or where you may just can share in some of the joy that they're actually having. Maybe it's something that they're sharing where they're having a good time about something, and you can just root them on as far as them having a good time or enjoying the moment of what you're actually seeing that your cousin's actually doing. But then also too, it's important that you make some time for them, because one of the things from speaking to a lot of old people, they would usually tell me that the sad thing that they would actually feel is that when they were broke and didn't have a whole lot of money, their family was close to each other, and all their grandkids and everyone in their immediate family would actually come together. But then once they all got older and things like that, they just kind of fell off from them actually coming together and being with each other, and can't really come together for certain occasions. So this is why it's good when you can, because like I said, if you're like me, I have several cousins, and you can't make it to every event and every thing that they have going on. But when you can, make the time to do so and enjoy the moment with your cousins as well. Alright, so some good games to watch over this weekend. I'm going to definitely stick with basketball on this weekend. One of the games you should be watching, or both of the games, is the two games in the Final Four. You have all #1 seeds that actually made it to the Final Four. But as far as Auburn versus Florida, I want to pick Auburn because I picked them earlier in the season to beat Florida, but Florida actually beat them. So I'm going to go with the Gators, and I'm going to say Florida takes this one. Then as far as Houston versus Duke, I picked Duke in my ESPN bracket to win it all. So I'm going to go with Duke to actually beat Houston. And then with the NBA, one of the games you should be looking out for to watch is OKC versus the Lakers. OKC have pretty much wrapped things up as far as the #1 team in the West. And I think the Lakers want to see if they can challenge themselves to see if they can actually match up to them. So I'm going to say that the Lakers get the win at home versus OKC. OKC don't really have much to play for. The Lakers still do. Also, too, you have Golden State Warriors going against Houston. I'm going to say in this one, just the same way as the Lakers game, I feel like Golden State still is trying to keep themselves up in the playoff bracket and trying to move up if they can. So I'm going to go with Golden State getting the win over Houston. Houston looks like they're pretty much wrapping the second seed up. Then two teams that want to move up in their brackets in terms of the playoffs is the Nuggets and Indiana. So this should be a good game, and I'm going to go with the Nuggets actually getting the win because they will be at home. But this has been another Fam First Friday, and as always, family are like branches. We grow apart, but together we stand out.